All right, I think we should be almost ready to go. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Just trying to make sure that everything is all right. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Omchain Talks. Today we have an amazing guest. I think all of you have been waiting for this talk a long time. I hope that today you'll find some answers to your questions. You'll learn more about the Omelette Swap. We'll not just be talking about Omelette Swap. Actually, we'll be focusing on the DeFi and why do we have the implications? What are the benefits of it? And at the end, we'll be asking a few questions. I mean, I am curious about some things, even though I know most of the things about the Omelette Swap. So I'll be asking those questions. And today we have an amazing guest from the Swap team. Chef is with us today. Chef, hi, welcome. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, welcome to On-Chain Talks. It's a really nice evening for us. Um, and we're glad that you're here today. So today, as I've previously mentioned, we'll be talking about DeFi, and
Yes.
I think more or less we have our audience here, so we can get started. So again, welcome to On-Chain Talks. Now the mic is yours.
Thank you for allowing me. Thank you. So let's get started, I guess. We will talk about DeFi, and as you know, DeFi stands for decentralized finance, and it represents a set of financial applications that operate on blockchain technology, aiming to change traditional financial systems. And its goal is to facilitate access to financial services, expedite transactions, and eliminate the need for central intermediaries. And traditional financial systems, central intermediaries such as banks, insurance companies, and brokerage firms play a significant role in financial transaction. However, DeFi removes these intermediaries through blockchain technology. Smart contracts, known as code, as you know, enable to automation and programmability of financial applications. And DeFi protocols allow for the exchange of cryptocurrencies on decentralized exchange, lending and borrowing, asset management, and even purchasing insurance. These protocols are often open source, meaning that they can be audited and used by anyone. DeFi offers several advantages. Firstly, it provides global access to financial services. It is a significant opportunity for individuals who do not have bank accounts or face limitations in accessing financial services. And moreover, DeFi protocols allow for transaction without the need for a central authority or intermediary. This gives users more control and reduces security risks. And another advantage of DeFi is a lower cost. While traditional financial systems involve high transaction fees, commissions, and other expenses, DeFi reduces these costs through the elimination of intermediaries and the automation of transaction. And lastly, DeFi protocols ensure high transparency as all financial transactions are recorded on the blockchain system. And DeFi, as you know, is a revolutionary technology in the financial world we believe in. And its advantages such as global access, decentralized nature, lower cost, and transparency, it has garnered attention from many individuals. And it's expected that DeFi will continue to grow and fundamentally transform the financial system in the future.
I hope it transforms the financial systems because a lot of Indians here right now listening us are
Yeah,
experiencing financial difficulties right now in their lives because of the geopolitical situation that we have. We're based in
unfortunately.
Turkey. Yeah, we're based in Turkey. You might be seeing the news, from the internet. But the good thing with the DeFi is that you don't have to trust anyone aside from the smart contract that you're using. I mean,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
have had a lot of hackings. We have had a lot of problems. We have had tornado cash, a lot of breaches, and so on. Problems with the bridges as well, but I don't want to go into too much detail there.
Yeah.
But at the end, if you have a solid protocol, safe smart contracts that have been audited by experienced engineers and so on, you will realize that the product itself, it does not require any third party. What you can do is, like, you can directly go and use it. Right now, you can list any cryptocurrency in the Uniswap. You can trade any cryptocurrency in Uniswap, and no one's gonna ask any question. Whereas this might not be the case in real life or in traditional finance. In traditional finance, you always have to trust the intermediaries. But whereas in DeFi, you see that those tokens are locked in a smart contract. You see that those tokens are in your wallet. You have the full control of your assets. And I think one of the most fundamental and one of the most important thing about DeFi is that you always know where your assets are. You're not going to be like tomorrow go to some smart contract and smart contract is not going to say, hey, I'm sorry, but I lent your tokens to someone else. There are products which do that, but then you have to opt for that option. So that's why I hope that in the future we will see more DeFi applications. So one question that I had in mind, especially with the Omelette Swap. I mean, like, how did you get involved with the Omelette Swap? I mean, what's your background? How did you meet with the team, or like, how did you get involved with the project? Tell us more about yourself and your position in the Omelette Swap and overall what you're building at Omelette.
Okay. Well, I'm from the United States and I live in Rochester, but I'm originally from Greece, so I'm a Greek American mixed type of girl. And as you know, I cannot share my name format of our project, but I can say that my name at Omelette is Chief. I'm CMO of an Omelette Swap, which is Chief Marketing Officer, and I managed marketing of many different DeFi projects before. And in my last project, I met the CEO of Omelette Swap, Egomaniac, and we have many different plans in terms of community building and our conversations. One of them was the Zeely campaign, and it was very successful. And in the future, we will expand our community by applying different marketing strategies based on the social mining mentality. And we will spread to different countries and cities. Apart from Turkey and global Telegram channels, we will open Telegram groups of different countries. And I would like to say that we're working specifically for the Asian region.
Wow, that's really great to hear because from my from the information that I have from our CMO as well, we are also targeting the Southeast Asian region. I think there is a huge interest to crypto assets or blockchain based products from that region, specifically because what I am feeling is that they're from suppressed countries. What I mean by that is they don't have as much freedom as the other people in the Western countries or developed countries. And once people have problems with the existing financial system or the existing financial problems, they seek for alternatives. They seek alternative investment options and alternative mediums to exchange assets. And since that cryptocurrencies are getting more and more common every day in our lives, I think that focusing on the Asian market is a logical one. So I am also glad to learn that because up until now I didn't know that you guys were going to focus that region, and it's also aligned with our goals and work right now. So I am really glad that you mentioned that. So I actually have one more question, something that I have been not so much wondering because I have been involved with the development of the Omelette Swap as well,
Yes.
and I know the team, I know you, but I think for the audience right now who has been listening us since we started, or who will be listening the recording of this Omchain Talks on YouTube. Yes, guys, we also have we also have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe if you haven't already. So for those people who are listening us right now and later on, could you tell us more about how did the journey start with the Omelette Swap? I mean, like, how did you guys decide that you should be building a DEX, or like this should be the Omelette Swap and so on? Could you tell us more about the journey of Omelette Swap?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. Well, we're a team that currently produces some projects, and we decided to make a project on layer one, which is already developing. And meanwhile, we met you in Lisbon, and we had so much fun together. And we've heard
Okay,
about.
please, guys, no details. I was just there for business purposes. I might have been attending some business events and so on, but it's just that. Yeah, sorry for interrupting you. You may go on.
Okay, all right. Well, we heard about On-Chain Network before, and after long conversations with you about the future of the sector and its problems and da da da, and we decided as a team to set up a DEX on Omchain. And this project, in this process, I would like to thank you because you didn't spare any of your support from us. And thanks to you and our amazing team, this is how we started, and we are progressing very successfully so far.
Yeah, that's great. You. I mean, we have been meeting with a lot of different people. We have been at the talks with a lot of different projects to and build on blockchain. But at the end, it's not just about the passion, but it's about the dedication as well as knowledge in the market. I mean, the reason why I am personally and my team is happy with working with you guys is that you have the experience, you know the needs of the project, and you know what should be developed. And I think you're managing the community in a nice way, because I think your community is growing rapidly right now. So I'm really glad that Omelette Swap was born. I'm really glad that we met in Lisbon, and I'm really glad that right now we are having this on-chain talks. So one of the question that people have been asking, like, what's with the name Omelette Swap? I mean, how did it, how did you guys decided that it should be named Omelette? Because there are a lot of things that you could have named it. You could be saying like OMDex, or like Fast Exchange something. A lot of different stupid names could be, but why is it Omelette Swap?
Okay. Well, when we decided the project, we were thinking about a name during a meal with our teammate. And our biggest criteria when searching for a name was that it should start with the letter O and M to be suitable for on-chain. And frankly, we didn't think much of it because we were hungry and waiting for our food orders. And all of a sudden, one of our teammates offered his suggestions by saying omelette and in a very excited voice. And we can say that was attracted an attention in this restaurant, because with that shouting voice, almost half of the restaurant looked at us. And that's why, that's how the whole team liked it, this name. And we decided on the name Omelette Swap. That's the story.
I mean, okay, yeah, I can just, in my mind, I was just imagining casually, a bunch of people having breakfast, and then someone, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Another thing that people are telling me, because, I think on Ethereum, there was like Sushi Swap, and then on Binance, there was like Pancake Swap, and then here's, Omelette Swap. But it feels, how do I say? It feels nicer to me that you guys were thinking some name that started with O and M, because you value home chain, and then you decided on omelette rather than just saying, hey, okay guys, let's just give another food name. So I'm really glad that the name is Omelette Swap. I mean,
Yeah, we are too.
yeah, awesome. So again, with that being said about the home chain, and then you guys looking for the name starting with letters, I mean, like, why did you guys decide the home chain network aside from you guys meeting with me? I mean, there are a lot of other different L1 networks. There are larger ones. I mean, you might say that the market was, if there were no market share to grab from those networks. But aside from us, there are also a bunch of smaller L1 networks. So this is also again can be informative for the audience right now listening us. What made you choose the on-chain network?
Yeah, there are a lot of factors, but as you know, on-chain network is very fast, but it would not be fair to say it's fast. It's also an EVM compatible network with very low transaction fees. And we will be the first DEX, hopefully, on-chain, which is another source of motivation for us. With the advantage of being the first DEX in the future, we will always be in the front row compared to our competitors. And of course, I would like to state that we will always work hard not to lose this advantage, because this advantage will not make us complacent.
Thanks a lot. Sorry, I was just disturbed by someone who have been texting me for like. Okay, yeah. I mean, usually when people talk about layer ones, because we are also integrating some other bits to for different companies and businesses. What I realized, usually when first people think about a blockchain or building something on blockchain, they just think about Ethereum. And then when I talk to them and tell them about the transaction speeds and then the transaction costs, they're like, what do you mean? We're just like paying $50 for our cloud infrastructure right now. So do I have to pay 50 just for one transaction on the Ethereum network? And I am like, yeah, dude, that's the thing in the crypto ecosystem. And that's why they were staying away, and they were not trying to build something on the blockchain, because at the end, if you think about it, it's expensive to use a blockchain infrastructure. But now that we are offering on-chain as a network, I am also again glad that you guys have recognized the importance of the speed of the network, as well as the transaction fees. Because if the transaction fees are higher, you basically eliminate people who have been just exchanging cryptocurrencies or tokens that are valued maybe like $5, maybe $6, maybe $10. So if you have to pay like $2 fee just to swap something that is worth $10, then you're not doing a good job. But whereas if you look at the on-chain right now, more or less from the tests that we have made, I can say that you can execute like 100 transactions, and you'd be paying like 2 or 3 cents on the on-chain network. So it's a really solid infrastructure that we have been building, and I hope that Omelette Swap becomes the first DEX that is going to be launched on our platform. And later on, we also have a lot of different opportunities. We have a blockchain bridge, and the other projects, the other companies, businesses that are building on different blockchains can also realize that on-chain is a growing ecosystem, and they might also be joining the on-chain, and they might also be using the Omelette Swap as their preferred DEX platform. Because from my understanding and collaborating with you guys, you're not just building a DEX protocol that people can trade. You're focusing on user growth. You're focusing on creating a brand awareness, and you're actually focusing on building a sustainable community. What I mean by that is it's not just people trying to get a share from the airdrop, grab a share from the airdrop. It's actually people who would be embracing the project, who would be using the protocol, who will be using the actual functionalities of the decentralized exchange. Because we also have a lot of requests from people or I mean like individuals or projects or businesses that say, okay, I want to launch a token on on-chain network, but is it possible for people to buy and sell my token? And up until that we got listed on a few centralized exchanges with our network, the answer was simply no. But even now, if they want to issue a project on on-chain, they have to go through the listing processes of those centralized exchanges, and usually there are costs associated with those listings, and then they have to go through some different processes. And if it's a new project, if it's a new team who is just trying to experiment with things, and they don't need like thousands of dollars of volume a day, platforms would be too large, too big for them. So I hope that once the Omelette Swap gets launched, it's gonna be kind of a incubation platform for the new projects, because anyone will be able to issue a token on chain. This is actually a feature right now. So if you want to, if any of the audience, any of the listeners from the audience wants to issue their own tokens right now, they can do so on our infrastructure. And hopefully in the future, that if any of those token owners or any of the token holders actually want to list the tokens that they own, they can provide their own liquidity and list their token on the Omelette Swap. Hopefully, this is going to bring a lot of different new projects to our ecosystem. I am really looking forward for you guys to deliver a great product as well as a great community. Now that I have been talking too much, one other question. I mean, like more or less, I can understand, because I was always thinking that it was a kind of personal question, so I didn't maybe openly ask about this to you guys. But now that since we're in Omchain Talks, I would like to ask. I mean, why the theme is not doxed? Why are you guys not revealing your names? Not to
Oh,
me, but to the public.
okay. First of all, I must specify in code we trust. We're a DEX platform, and when you look at it, a lot of big DEX platforms keep their team hidden. And it's always better to trust the code rather than a person in the software. And also, some of our team members' countries have very strict regulations on this topic, and which is the biggest criterion for staying doxed. And however, this opinion might change in the future. We can't say for sure, but right now, this is how it is.
I mean, I can more or less relate to, because my face is out there. Even though on my profile picture right now there is a raccoon that kind of looks, really cute. You can find me on LinkedIn. You guys can, find me on events, gatherings, and so on. Everyone knows my name, and they know that I am associated with Omchain. But it also, I think, comes up like, on one side it's a positive thing that people know that I am the one who is leading the whole process here, and then if they want to know something about on-chain, they can directly call me and ask me their questions and so on. But on the other hand, it kind of comes with its own challenges. What I mean by that is this is not, I'm not just specifically talking to you, but to the general audience right now who is listening to us. The main problem is that when people know that you're associated with something, and then if some problem happens, if something happens, or if something really good happens, then they keep texting you, they keep calling you, or they keep asking you questions about the things. even like your relatives, your friends, or the people who know you for a long time. It becomes challenging, it becomes exhausting, it becomes mentally challenging as well. I mean, in traditional finance, I can understand that people are professionals. They can be like, they can have 10 experience, 15 years experience, 20 years experience to run some, exchange. They might have 30 years experience in the field to come up with a financial asset or financial product. Whereas if you look at the blockchain or crypto ecosystem, you would realize that it's about innovation. If we were looking for people who have 10 years, 15 years, 20 years experience in decentralized finance, we wouldn't be able to find anyone. So I am looking at this field as a global experiment, because a lot of teams out there, maybe there are like more than 20,000 different token projects out there, and all of them are an experiment, even including Bitcoin, even including Ethereum. No one knows what's going to happen in the future. No one knows what's going to happen to them in 5 years. No one knows what's going to happen to them in 10 years. This is also valid for countries as well, but let's just not get into that. But if you think about it, the blockchain industry is just a huge experiment, because most of the projects or products out there, they're still not released, they're still not final. The ecosystems are always evolving, the teams are all delivering new products to sustain the project and provide some utility to the token holders and so on. So I think it is kind of understandable that if you're working in risk and you're doing an experiment, in case something goes wrong, I'm not saying that something's gonna go wrong, I'm not saying that things go wrong all the time and so on, but I'm saying that in case something goes wrong, and especially as you just said, from the legal perspective as well, we don't know the stance of the countries. I mean, sometimes the US says, okay, you are free to do whatever you want, we are a free nation. I mean, you would know it more than me, because right now you're living in the US. But most of the time, the Western countries say that citizens are free to do so, free to do whatever they want, and they provide a medium for innovation as well. But if you look at their approach towards the, if you look at their approach towards the crypto assets and blockchain industry, you would see that there were a lot of limitations. There were a lot of problems. Even right now, we're living in Turkey. It's not allowed to make payments with cryptocurrencies. So when you're thinking about all those things and you don't know that what's going to happen in the future, I think again, as I said, it's kind of understandable that the team is not doxed. And for the audience right now who is listening us, we know the team of the Omelette Swap. We have met them in real life. We know who they are and so on. But this dox thing is more or less, just to protect their identities, I could say. I mean, like in my opinion, and they protect the project as well, because at the end, when you're trading on a decentralized exchange, you don't have to trust anyone, you don't even have to trust the team, as long as smart contracts are deployed on the blockchain, uh, as long as they're deployed on our network, Omchain, you are free to do your trades on your own, and you don't even have to know who have developed this, as long as the codes are safe and audited as well. So thanks a lot for being honest with this. Thanks a lot for answering this question. I mean, I just wanted to add those things. I know that I have been talking too much lately, but I just wanted the audience to understand the importance of the protecting our privacy, protecting our identities. Because to the end user, they might just be trading some tokens, but at the end, when things go wrong, when some people are looking for someone to blame, it becomes us who gets all the fault and all the blame. So now we're done with this. There's another thing that I am also working with, because at Homechain we will be taking a snapshot and distributing some airdrop rewards and so on. So could you tell us more about the upcoming beta phase of the Omelette Swap? I mean, because I am seeing that there's not many information out there. I might be wrong. I was really busy over the last few weeks. So, if you don't mind, could you tell us? I mean, not giving any spoilers. You don't have to give any spoilers. But overall, what should we be expecting from the beta test?
Okay, of course. Well, right now we're doing final checks for beta testing. I suppose backends and front ends codes are ready. We're currently working on front end and backend integration. And after the final checks, we will start beta testing. And currently, our application form is still open to participate in the beta test. And we, of course, recommend that those who want to participate fill out our form. and I guess this form will be closed soon. And I also have a few more information about beta testing that I should add, I suppose. In the wallet addresses written on the form, users need OMC tokens as much as transaction fees in order to transact on the platform. So this is a very small amount. As I mentioned, Omelette is cheap. The reason actually we do this is to eliminate the bot references from the form. And finally, we will send other test tokens to the wallet addresses on this form. But all these details, the main question should be is why should test us? By testing our platform, they will have access to the platform privately, and they will report bugs to us directly. In return, we will give users a whitelist. With that whitelist, we provide they will have the right to purchase an LT between, I guess, $250 and to $5,000, I guess.
So, like from my understanding, you're going to be providing whitelist to the users who will be testing the platform, and then it's gonna be like $250 till 5K.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of, I mean, usually I also have some experience from other decentralized exchange platforms and protocols. Usually, how it goes is like, maybe this is going to be a kind of an insider information, but usually how it goes is that they come up with a protocol, and then they see the opportunity in the market, and then they get some private investors and so on. They do not even include the community into this process, and then they have like so high ticket sizes that no individual who is specific, who is not specifically investing in cryptocurrencies, cannot participate and so on. So I'm really glad that the whitelisted users can purchase as little as $250 worth of OMLT tokens. So this is, I think, one of the most important things in the cryptocurrency ecosystem, if you are willing to involve the community. Because if it only becomes a rich club, then everything that is going to be happening for the rich people. And while we're talking about the problems of the traditional finance, I think it's more logical to involve us as well. I mean, by us, I mean that regular people. Thanks a lot for explaining this with details for me as well as for the audience. So I think there is one more thing that I am wondering. So like, how are you going to, because this was also asked to me again. I mean, more or less there are things that we also have to do on this, because like my main question would be, let me just first ask the question and then make an addition, and let you speak about this. Right now, if there are any users of the Omchain network, which I know that there are, they know that there is only OMC token on our network, which is the native token, the gas token. We have a bridge, but that only supports the OMC token right now. For In order for Omelette Swap to be successful, we will be enabling USDT deposits and perhaps USDC deposits on our token bridge. So this is maybe an upcoming feature that I share with our community right now. So once we have this stable currency bridge, I hope that more and more people will be able to get liquidity on the Omelette Swap. But aside from that, how are you planning to attract users to add liquidity to the platform? And maybe a more important question: how will you be sustaining that?
Well, we have reserved a large portion of the token for farm incentives. And I would like to say something that we have not said anywhere before. We also thought a lot about token inflation, and so we're trying to establish a burning mechanism. And also, we are working closely with the Omchain Foundation consultants, and we will implement their initiative solutions on Omelette Swap in the future also.
All right, awesome. Thanks a lot. So I think more or less today we talked more about my opinions on decentralized finance rather than talking about the necessity of DeFi or the Omelette Swap. But I really had an awesome time. I really had huge fun today that you have joined us. And I hope that the audience has more information about the Omelette Swap and your platform's upcoming features, and what you guys are going to be building, and whether you're actually targeting in the market. Again, I would like to say thank you for joining us today. Any last words that you would want to add? Anything else you would like to say before we close the show?
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk. And really, I want to say that continue to follow and spread the word Omelette Swap. And I guess it's noon here, so I wish you a good day and take care.
All right, awesome. So thanks a lot for reminding me as well. Guys, as you now know that it's usual that I am asking for your support again. If you're not following the Omelette Swap right now, all you have to do is just tap on their profile. They're the speaker on this Omchain Talks right now, and then just tap the follow button on their profile. If you want to learn more about them, they have the information on their bio. It's simply linktree slash Omelette Swap. You can just tap on the link and go check out their links and learn more project as well. And if you're not following Chain, again, do the same. Why are you not following Chain? So thanks a lot everyone for joining us today. Have an awesome evening. Have an awesome day. See ya.
Thank you. Bye.